Welcome back. And I begin as usual with my take. And I'm asking a very simple question. Anas, will he quit catching nation wreckers, the bad guys? The name Anas Arimiyahu Anas has seen many dishonest officials named, shamed, and jailed. Some were cheating poor orphans at the orphanage. Some were stealing at the ports and got Professor Mills angry. Some were selling justice and they got Judge Georgina Wood, kicked them out of the courts. He caught others shortchanging the country, smuggling its precious cocoa. This country has used him to successfully fight the corrupt. Even in the court, politicians and presidents have made pledges about adopting his methods to fight corruption. And they got almost all of us loving and hailing Anas. But things have not been the same in recent times. He's human and subject to error and wrongdoing. I may disagree with him at times, but I refuse to join the crucify him calls. We will discuss the New Jersey jury's $18 million verdict in his favor. Whatever amount he gets eventually, I join him to celebrate his victory at this point.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I stand before you not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Ejapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment. I was born at the 37 Military Barracks in Accra, the son of the soldier who served in an era where power belonged to those who wielded the gun. I grew up watching my nation transition from military rule to democracy, witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That is why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Ejapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies, they were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger. While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the US court upheld truth. This case was not easy. Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Ejapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Ejapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority. My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable. Let this moment be a wake-up call to all who seek to erode the foundations of justice in Ghana. Let it remind us that democracy is not just about elections, but institutions that uphold the truth, courts that deliver justice without fear or favor, and citizens who refuse to accept corruption as the norm. To my legal team, Andrew Dehere Esquire, Atawomega Esquire, Evans Salasi Adeka Esquire, and Odei Kuro Esquire, I am forever grateful for your dedication to justice. And to my supporters in Ghana and around the world, your unwavering belief in the fight strengthens my resolve. The battle against corruption continues. We will name, shame, and jail. Ghana deserves better, and I will never stop fighting for a future where justice is not a privilege of the powerful, but the right of every citizen. Thank you.
And whatever happens, I pray he is not discouraged from continuing his work, even if he may want to reduce resort to the agent provocateur principle or the most hated, quote-unquote, entrapment model. This country is a place where people don't have classrooms to sit in and study, hospitals to take care of their health, or even food to eat at times. This country still loses over $3 billion United States dollars each year to corruption. We need those who will fight it and fight it right. And that will be my take. I'll be right back. And I have the minister who has begun waging the campaign against Galamsey, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and MP for Elembele, Emmanuel Amakufibua, right here. To begin the very first segment, in the first about 20 minutes or so, we're having a discussion with him, subjecting some of the things he's trying to do to some scrutiny. And then Dr. Atta Kennedy and Awula Sewa, who is coordinator of the Eco-Conscious Citizens Group, will also join, and they may have a few questions for him as to whether or not his methods will work. We'll be right back.